Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CO Sports Talk. Today we have our third top 10, and it is honor of the Super Bowl this Sunday. Comment below Rams or Bengals, but we have a list of the top 10 Super Bowl halftime shows in the recent 10 halftime shows. This year for the halftime show on Sunday, we will see it. I believe it's Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and others, Kendrick Lamar as well. So that should be really fun to watch. Don't forget Mary J. Blige. So yeah, I'm excited for this year's Super Bowl halftime show. And without further ado, let's get into it. Top 10 most recent memory Super Bowl halftime shows.
A chance to send the Thunder home. Lillard, long range three.
All right, to preface it before we start, I would like to say, can't show any clips, one, due to copyright, but two, first of all, CS Sports Talk's been going through a lot of copyright issues, so maybe one day we'll try to get paid. But yeah, last episode we couldn't even post, or we posted it and then we had to re-edit it because of a copyright issue. But yeah, and then also, obviously I'm only 17 years old, so I was very young at the first one of these, so there will be some recency bias. But all of these artists are great artists, and So let's get right into it. Top 10 Super Bowl halftime shows, last 10. CO Sports Talk. There's a great Prince. That's not recent, but obviously that was an amazing halftime show. And then Coldplay, which was recent. So let's start. At number 10, I have Justin Timberlake. He performed in the 2017 season. Also, as you can see, I'm sliding down here, but he performed in the 2017 season. Technically, it was 2018, but we're going to refer to it by the season of the NFL, so it's easier. It was Eagles versus Pats, and yes, I have this at 10. Nothing really just sticks out to me about this halftime show. Timberlake's obviously a great artist, and I do remember it was very purple. He paid an homage to the great Prince, who I believe passed away that year. The game took place in Minnesota. However, nothing really sticks out to me. There's that kid that took a selfie with him that kind of went viral. And yeah, but nothing too big sticks out. Justin Timberlake at number 10. At 9, I got Maroon 5, another recent one. Rams versus Pats. We saw this one in 2018. It was in Atlanta. And yeah, also it just didn't have that many memories, Travis Scott came in. There was that whole SpongeBob moment. However, Maroon 5 themselves, it wasn't the most memorable for me. And also, this is all subjective. This is me, just my take. So obviously, you guys could completely disagree. It's not like sports where there's facts to go by it. But yeah, Maroon 5 at 9, that's what I have. At 8, I got Madonna. 2011 season, Giants versus Pats. This game took place in Indianapolis. And first of all, I don't remember this very well. I remember the game. However, I don't remember the halftime show. So I had to go back and watch it. And it was pretty solid. The only reason for me, this isn't like in the top 5 or anything, is due to the fact that Madonna wasn't really my generation. So I don't know her that well. And I don't know her songs too well. However, it was a really good performance. And yeah, that is number 8. It is ahead of Maroon 5 and Justin Timberlake, because those ones are just not too memorable. This one had the showmanship that was pretty solid. At 7, we got Beyonce. This was in the 2012 season. The Ravens played the Niners. Tough Super Bowl as a Niners fan. But yeah, this was in New Orleans. And I do remember this halftime show. It's been a while, so I watched a replay of it earlier. And man, this was a really good halftime show. I know a lot of her songs, actually. And just a great performance by her in all ways of it. Choreographed well, good dancing, good job. I mean, I guess there was a little recency bias. That's why it's at 7 for me. However, this was a great halftime show. Not too many negatives about it. Only negative for me is just I don't know that many Beyonce songs, and it's been a while. But yeah. 6, Lady Gaga. So this is kind of when it starts to become really good halftime shows and stuff I know pretty well. This was a really good one. This was in Houston in that famous Super Bowl 2016 season, early 2017, when the Falcons played the Pats. Obviously, that Super Bowl was known for an insane comeback by Tom Brady and the Patriots. However, the halftime show was pretty memorable itself. It started with Lady Gaga singing God Bless America and skydiving, jumping off the roof onto the stage, and then just a really good performance, Born This Way, a ton of songs, as she has many hits. So this is a very memorable halftime show. I would say this is a success for sure. And we're at the point where I can talk pretty in detail about all of them, and they're all good. So yeah, number 6 for me, very good halftime show, Lady Gaga. At 5, we have a very recent one, 2019 season, early 2020. We had Shakira and Jennifer Lopez perform in Miami when the Chiefs and the Niners played. And this was such a good, Miami Latin vibe performance. As you can see, J-Lo with the Puerto Rican flag and Shakira, who's Colombian. It was just a really good performance. And, what makes these performances good is obviously the songs, the performance, the dancing, but the vibe of it, you got to be able to remember it. And this definitely gives me the Miami vibes and was a really good one, especially both of them. It was the first time in a while we've seen like a co-performance and definitely like that in CO Sports Talk, a little bit of a, connection there. But yeah, at number 5, we got Shakira and J-Lo. Unfortunately, again, not a good Super Bowl as a Niners fan. At 4, Katy Perry, and we're getting into really good ones here. This one was awesome. In Glendale for an incredible Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots. We all know how that ended on the Malcolm Butler interception. However, this game in Phoenix was a wonderful performance by Katy Perry at halftime. As you can see, that left shark, that was like a big deal after that. And then Katy Perry performing Roar on the Tiger while coming out was amazing, along with, Teenage Dream, I believe it's called. But Katy Perry has so many hits, and she performed them all. Definitely a top one. Everyone remembers this one. I mean, some may be mad. Some may have this at 1. The only thing that was lacking was maybe a vibe. I mean, it's kind of hard with the indoor stadium. Still a great performance by Katy Perry. Bruno Mars at 3 in the heart of the country, New York City. The Broncos played the Seahawks during this, and this was definitely a memorable one. Bruno Mars, there wasn't a vibe here just due to the fact that it's cold in New York. It was in a cold time, but Bruno Mars still made this an amazing performance, the fact that he is so good at dancing, singing, had so many hits at the time, still does, but had so many hits, started on the drums, he danced, he sang. I mean, go back and watch this right now. Him and his background dancers were unreal. Bruno Mars, an amazing performer. I originally had this at 6, and I rewatched it today and was just like, oh, that's got to go up. And it was tough for me, but to put him at 3, an amazing halftime show. Bruno Mars, 2013 season, early 2014, with an absolute amazing performance. I mean, we're at the point with these 3, there was a game within the performance, So, yeah, this was the main part of the night. At 2, we got The Weeknd. Last year's, a lot of hate this got, but I personally really liked it due to the fact that The Weeknd displayed an amazing story, had a great vibe of Tampa. Everyone wore the red. But what he did was he told a story through a performance, the fact that everyone in Hollywood, a lot of people, change who they are. And that's what the whole, mask displayed, and how people get surgeries due to the fact that they want to change their appearance. However, he shifted during his thing. He was blinding through the lights, I believe. And then like the stargazing song, he was going through like a whole trip out thing. And it was just an amazing thing ending on the field. I really loved it. All the background dancers wearing the red sports coats. I thought this made this an amazing, and ultimately it made it very memorable. When you think about this, you think about everyone in the red coats, and that's what a lot of people didn't have, which makes this such a memorable performance. And it took place in Tampa last year with the Chiefs and Bucks. The Bucks won at home. And yeah, I really like this performance. Shout out The Weeknd. It was great. I've watched it many times on YouTube. And at 1, Coldplay, 2015 season, in an awful Super Bowl, really, between the Broncos and the Panthers. Coldplay delivered, and they were the main show that night. And I've talked all along this video about vibes, what you remember. And when you think of this, you think of the amazing colors that were displayed. This was the only one really we've seen in the day, too, due to the fact that it's in the West Coast and an outdoor stadium. But also, besides the colors, the vibes, the positive, to spread the love to everyone, we also saw an all-star team, really, of Beyonce, Bruno Mars, who we've already talked about with their own halftime shows, and Coldplay all together at the end. Really was a beautiful moment and made it number 1, no doubt for me. They performed all their hit songs. Was a great job by Coldplay. And yeah, that is number 1 for me. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted, but yeah, 100% number one for me. No doubts. But yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys think is number one. Tell me what you guys think. Top 10 here. And we will see you with a Super Bowl recap on Sunday night. And we're going to have some big guests coming on as well this offseason. So get excited and see us Sports Talk.